Welcome back, New Zealand, to the Late Night Big Breakfast and our Lord Special. And my God, hasn't she had a fabulous year?
What a year.
One of those New Zealanders that has just shined on the international stage.
But before we carry on with our Lord Special, we've had a lot of great feedback about last week's show, actually. Fantastic feedback, so much so that we went and made these. And these are Late Night Big Breakfast picture frames featuring the team there. We've got about, well, at the moment, we've got 500 of these to sell.
What are they selling for, Lee?
$49.95, I think.
That would look great above the mantelpiece or in your rec room.
Anywhere, really, wouldn't it?
Like that, you know?
In your man cave.
And I think we're signing them, aren't we?
Yeah, we signed them, everyone. Limited copies, so make sure you get onto the Facebook page, check those out, get yourself one of those.
With regards to those pictures, if you can't afford the frames, I think we can email you just the picture for $39.95.
Or if you're not interested in the picture, we could probably just send you the frame.
Yeah, either or.
Well, they were $29.95 to buy, so probably for $39.95. Hey, but on with the show. Who's our first guest? I'll tell you who it is, coming up right after this sting.
There's possibly no more famous New Zealander at the moment in the world than Lorde. She's a 17-year-old that's taken the music world by storm. She's won multi-Grammy awards, and she's a role model, really, for all New Zealanders and indeed teenage New Zealanders. Lorde, what an amazing woman. Welcome to the studio, Bruce Hopkins. Morning, Bruce.
Morning, yeah.
What are you up to?
Sorry, I'm not Lorde, but...
No, we never said you were.
Oh, okay.
No, Bruce, welcome to the show. What have you been up to lately? What's going on in your world?
Yeah, good point. Trying to find some work.
A lot of people may not know this, but you went to the same school as Lorde, didn't you?
Two of the same schools.
Obviously about 30, 40 years before her, but you know what I mean? Like
old enough to be her father's older brother, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know the family?
No.
Were there any of the same teachers, or were the buildings the same as they are now?
Surely a lot of the buildings would have been there.
She may, when she was in the third form, she may have had a teacher that I had.
Look, we're just going to leave it there, I think, Bruce, for now, and just kind of regroup, offset. But we'll be back after this next segment.
You know, I've always loved the freedom of Tampal tampons. Tampal have a silky smooth cover, so you'll find them even easier to use. Tampal Advanced uses super absorbent polymers, so you don't need to worry about leakage. And with 5 bonus tampons in every glossy pack, you'll have the freedom to use them any time of the month. Tampal, giving you the confidence to be who you want to be and the freedom to live the sort of life you want to live. Tell them I sent you.
Just joining us, welcome to our Lorde Special here with Bruce Hopkins. We're talking about Lorde, her life, the school she went to, some of the teachers she had.
Just in a little, if I may, just
Please
my little barrel a little
bit.
Just to add a couple of words, 3 words to that, Lord of the Rings. There is a bit of a connection there.
That's 4, but I will give you that.
Yeah, because I did have a role.
It's got an E.
But that's kind of over for you now, the Lord of the Rings side of things. You've parked that, and now you're back into your normal acting back here. You've got your films, your TV, telly features.
Yeah. No, not really. Yeah. Not for me. Not for me. Voiceovers. No, not a lot.
Your MC work, surely there's a bit of the MC work.
MC, I'm doing a free one in about 3 weeks' time.
Back to the theatre, treating the boards.
First love, of course.
There's always that option as an actor if you've got nothing else going on, treating the boards.
Yeah, there's always that.
You can't be that new kid.
No,
not for me.
Look, we're just going to leave it there, I think, Bruce, for now. I've got to go see Joe in the bookcase corner. That's you guys, shortly. Thank you. Welcome to the Welcome to the show. Welcome to Bookshelf with Joe and myself. Another fantastic episode where Joe and myself talk about literature and all things word-related. Well, I'm talking about the crossover between art and culture and literature. I mean, I've been often inspired by the likes of, I suppose you'd call it a poem, of Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno?
Dante.
Yeah.
Dante's Inferno. I mean, that...
What about it?
The paintings that it inspired and the even sculpture by Rodin. I'm going to chuck some names at you, Joe. The likes of your Botticelli, your bruschetta. You can even go into Da Vinci. Hey?
Bruschetta.
A bruschetta.
Yeah, it's a type of bread.
And Botticelli.
That's bread with olive oil and garlic scraped on it and toasted.
Oh, well, maybe.
It's not an artist, it's a type of bread.
You sure?
There's a big difference between a painter and a piece of bread. Reasonably substantial difference.
You got your bruschettas, your Botticelli. Focaccia, I'll give you that, definitely is a bread. No one's going to argue with that, certainly on this show.
Is this a bread discussion or is it a painter discussion?
No, that's another part of the show, Joe. This is definitely the literature part of the show.
Well, why don't we keep bread out?
I'm just trying to chuck some names at you.
Yeah, I know, but most of them are names of bread, which I don't claim any expertise. I'm not particularly expert on Italian painting, but I do know
Joe, a bread can be a metaphor in this case.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
I'm using a metaphor.
All right. Focaccia is a metaphor for what?
Your focaccia is definitely bread. And let's be clear on that.
Right.
You're definitely straying into bread territory there. But I think
So you want a clear distinction between artists and various types of Italian bread?
It's a metaphor, Joe. It's a metaphor. Bread
right.
is a metaphor for what I'm trying to say here. Thank you. Back to you guys in the studio. Any ratings in you?
No, sir.
Lord, our very own Lord, the darling of Devonport. And welcome to the studio, Bruce Hopkins.
You can go.
Bruce, you mentioned earlier in the show Action Actors, which is something that you've been proactive about. Tell us a little bit about what Action Actors is all about.
Trying to run my business, Action Actors, which is about trying to find work for actors who are between acting jobs.
Acting roles?
No, non-acting work.
So what sort of work, what sort of the work are they doing? Are they training other actors or?
They're doing normal work, standard work, baristas, gardening, promotional brand activation.
I had a good friend that actually, when he was out of work, pretended to have sexual transmitted diseases and to be photographed, and they actually made him up to have sexual diseases. That's the sort of thing he had to do in order to pay the mortgage. You know, that's...
No. You've come through the studio. Oh, we're in soft furnishings.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm no stranger to the acting world and how tough it can be, Bruce. And
Bruce, you've done porn in the past. Would you ever think about going back into that industry as a way of supplementing your income?
Kind of, I don't want to touch back in on that. You know, the past is the past.
You've done a bit of porn, haven't you, Lee?
Oh, in the early days, Jace, you know, in those days, I was just on the set as a young guy, doing it as a runner, making coffee, jack of all trades kind of thing, and next thing you know, you're balls deep in a brand new situation. And
did they used to use stunt people or
stunt
fluffers?
cocks.
Yeah, fluffers.
Stunt cocks.
No, stunt appendages.
Yeah, we couldn't afford that. We used to just get dwarfs and midgets that weren't working on the sort of Lord of Rings and that kind of stuff. Right. They would come in, female dwarfs, if they're holding the appendage, it makes it look like it's a lot bigger. Saves getting a highly paid porn star in to do the business.
It's perspective.
It's the sort of thing Hitchcock would have done. He sort of thinks out of this if he did porn. Well, thanks, Bruce. It's been a real pleasure once again. It's the first time you've been here, but it's great to see you again. If you're an unemployed actor in New Zealand, you need to get in touch with Bruce and his site, Action Actors. He'll see you right, get you a job between jobs. We've got plenty more coming up right after the break.
Coming up, you'll get a chance to get your hands on Lee, Jason, Jeremy's pre-loved items. And Mike from Mongolia puts his spin on a Kiwi classic.
Right here, right now. Right here, right now.
Welcome to a part of the show called Sports Chat. It's the health segment. We talk about health, fitness, and sport with our expert, Pat Clark. Sorry, Pat, just been scotch guarded this couch, just bringing it back in.
Pat Clark, when is too much fitness? When is fitness too much fitness? Where's the line?
Good question.
Everything in moderation, you know. If it's taking over your life, you can't sleep, or you're talking about it all the time, and you become a bore.
We kind of have to talk about it, Pat.
But we're talking. I mean, we talk about it like.
Is this a boring? Are we talking about it too much here?
No. We just
the right amount.
Just the right amount. But you probably could talk about some more serious things, Robert.
Jace has recently given up cigarettes.
Well, actually, I did actually give up smoking, but you know, as is the case, as you'd know, Pat, with addictions, I've started again.
So you're back on, are you?
I'm back on. I'm actually a little bit worse off than when I started. started smoking.
How did you get? You're on.
I was on the patches. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually, when I gave up smoking, I was a 1 pack a day man. Now I'm actually 2 packs a day.
So you're back on 2 packs of cigarettes a day?
No, 1 packet of cigarettes and 1 packet of patches. So slightly less.
We've all had our sort of demons, I suppose, and addictions, and I'm going again slightly off topic here again, and I was, well, I still am, but I certainly was more so then, a sex addict, okay, and I controlled that as well with patches.
Oh, okay. How did that work?
Well, nicotine patches. I basically put half a dozen nicotine patches on my penis, and that would make me tend to feel like having sex less.
I'm actually just impressed that you could actually fit 6 patches, because they're not small. Did you start off with them? Like, if I've got one here, that's a big patch.
I know, I was on the small patches.
Oh, right, okay.
The only real downside, I suppose, Pat, is I've actually taken up smoking now because of the patches, obviously. But you know, it's not a normal thing to have a penis with nicotine patches on it in a one-night stand situation. Surely that's going to make a difference, Pat.
Lost for words. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever been asked that question.
I think we'll probably wrap it up there, Pat. Great show again.
Sounds good to me.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is and always will be the Kiwi dream to own your own home.
That's right, Jace. That's why I hit the streets to see what New Zealanders think about the chances of owning their own home. This is a section called Street Chitty Chatty Chat Chat.
Get on down. It's going on tonight.
How long have you owned your own home?
About 3.5 years.
Fantastic. Is that your first home?
First time.
Great. A lot of questions. I don't know where these are going. Is it an issue? Is it an issue?
I think it is an issue.
It is, yeah.
I mean, what isn't an issue?
Yeah, well, on TV we're talking about it's got to be an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
How about yourself, sir?
Oh, I live in
Sorry, it's not him.
Yeah, well, I pretty much squat with him as well.
Do you wish to buy your own home in the future?
Yeah, I'd like to, but I think it's probably it's going to cause a huge financial issue. So.
Back behind those horses, Drinkwater taking off and Bird of Paradise starting a run, and they will follow.
If you listen to that sort of stuff in your own time, you know what I mean? We're just trying to. It's quite a good one.
Got a bit on the.
How about, is this a national thing or is it an international problem at the moment?
Is from what I can see, it's an Auckland issue.
Okay. And it's a sexual relationship as well?
Yeah.
It's going okay for you? Yeah. You don't want to go into that?
On that too much? No, not really. Yeah, I'll keep it to myself.
Okay, I'll bring back to the house prices again.
As a property lawyer, I can say with absolute certainty that first-home buyers are really, really struggling to get anything.
12 words or less would have been better, but that's fantastic. No, I get the point. A lot of people out there are really interested on this kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to go stand at a different intersection in your own time, that's your problem, but
Okay.
sort your shit out.
Okay.
So it's not your fault, mate.
Get on with it.
Cool. That we all learned a bit there.
Yeah.
It's going on tonight.
Well, we have a special guest with us today, a real estate specialist, Alastair Helm. Welcome to the show. Alastair, housing, it's a big issue at the moment, isn't it?
It's always a big issue, whether it's on the way up, whether it's on the way down, whether people think it's a good investment or it's going to be a disaster.
Alastair, the bubble. A lot of people are talking about the bubble. When's it going to burst and who's it going to burst all over?
No, I don't. I'm glad you raised. I don't think there's a bubble. I think actually there's already been a degree of deflation.
Is there a difference between the balloon and the bubble?
Well, the balloon has more. Here's physics for you: elasticity, and therefore can stretch much more to the situation in the market. Whereas the bubblegum bubble, classically just explodes when it reaches that point.
Okay.
And that's why I'm kind of seeing that you can deflate a bubble in a balloon form a little bit more easily.
So is the market hot at the moment, or flat, or hard?
I think it's getting cooler.
Soft.
I think,
Okay.
this
Cool.
and
It's cooling or cooler? Or cold?
cooler, not cold.
Lukewarm.
Still got warmth, but
it's on the way
cooler.
down.
It's on the way down, yeah.
It's a bath that you've been lying in for half an hour or so, and it's needs some hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
need
you're
put
starting to
more
get
in.
the wrinkly fingers if you've
Yeah,
been in
and
there
then you
too
do
long.
wheeze in the bath, and it gets kind of warmer, and all of a sudden it's
Yeah. You can't top up the hot water and still feel comfortable.
Not with wheeze, definitely not.
Speaking of which, though,
I wasn't thinking of that, but there you go.
are you into miniature horses at all, Alastair? Do you not into them? So
No,
Okay, well, if you are, we've got something very exciting
treat.
later
tend
on
to
this
think
show.
about-
It could be another show, I'm not quite sure, but it's certainly
Okay.
going to be featuring at some point. Joe Bennett, of course, will be pleased about that as well. Well, when he's driving a cab, he's known simply as Mike 46. But here on the Late Night Big Breakfast, he's our friend, Mike, the Mongolian throat singer.
Welcome back to the Late Night Big Breakfast. You're here.
Welcome back, indeed. Sorry, you can't.
Welcome back to the Late Night Big Breakfast. We're here with Alastair Helm, who's talking property.
Hey, but we've got more to do on the show. What's coming up after this thing?
Hello and welcome to You Want It, We Got It, the part of the show where we have used, loved and pre-loved goods and services, and we barter and trade them with you, the viewer. Jace, you're up first this evening.
Yes,
what have you got there, buddy?
Oh, mate, this is a real treat, this one, especially for the kids. My wife and I actually found this duck egg cup. Really, really cute, and the kids love it. The only thing about this particular egg cup is because of the inverted nature of the actual duck head, you can't actually put an egg in it. But it's great for the
uniqueness, though, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, it does, and it's a bit of an antique, one would imagine. You know, you get like my little girl, like pretend to.
And if you want to have a look closely, look at the craft work on these bits in here. There's an amazing bit of detail, ribbing. On both sides, and look at the beautiful. There's some colour there.
It's intricate, isn't it?
They've done these eyes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just the delicacy of it. It does have a faint waft of hashish that someone may have used it, but just a bit of dishwashing liquid, bit of hot water, that'll be fine. I'm saying $4.99 will start.
$4.99, fair enough. Jeremy, what do you got there?
Well, I've got this, which is it's actually a tin. It's a professional. Ultra finish. It's full gloss enamel,
and that's alabaster, isn't it?
It is alabaster. It's not your semi-gloss.
That gives you your
full
sheen,
gloss.
doesn't it?
It does,
Sheen
and
on the wall.
ideal for using around architraves and skirting boards and particularly wooden joinery. It's the full gloss. There's nothing better than it. Of course, it's the Dulux. It's not the British paints, which is good in light of what's happened recently with Rolf Harris.
So let's open it up and see if we can have a look inside it, shall we? See. Oh yeah, exactly. There it is. That's the original paint there.
There's at least an eighth of it left. And
that will really make your skirting boards pop, won't it? It will really make them
really
sing.
well.
It's really in there. That's quality.
It's congealed slightly and probably could do with a bit of turpentine, but apart from that, it's turpentine. Pretty much, it's ready to go. It's got that smell about it.
You can still smell it,
like
you can still smell the original smell. Takes you back to when we did a DIY project when I was a child.
Yeah, it's
can't put a price on those sort of memories.
Yeah, I don't even need to.
You want to put a price on that?
Yeah. Go crazy.
6.
Okay. $600 for the paint there. As I say, go on Facebook. Check that out. I've got some little different fellas.
Hell of a deal.
A bit of an heirloom as well. You'll see this Persian rug right here on top of the...
Oh.
If I can just show the viewer the weave.
Yeah.
Look at the fine knit there. We've got a lot of sentimental value, to be honest. At least one of our children was conceived on this rug, so...
And so where did you have this particular one?
We had it hanging on the wall, actually, as a wall hanging, so... Ours was on the wall most of the time.
The detail, the storytelling in this.
So how many Persian cats went into making this?
10. Normally for a rug this size, normal 10 Persian cats and a couple of moggies just to make up the weave to make it. I go a little further, and that's an original.
There's a little bit of ginger in there, isn't there? A little bit of ginger tab.
Did you get this in Turkey?
No, Penrose. But as I say, it's fantastic, ready to go. It's been Scotch guarded here in the store. Can be yours. So get on Facebook.
What do you reckon for it? What do you want for this?
Oh, you really put me on the spot there, Jeremy.
What price conception?
I'm going to say $3,000. Okay,
I
that's
think
the
it's
value I'm going to put on
underselling,
it.
to be honest, a little, Lee, but still, we're here to give these things away.
Whoa! After the show, go to Facebook and tell us why you want these amazing items.
Well, there you have it. Back to us guys in the studio. Just joining us, we're here on the Vivas with Alastair Helm, talking property, real estate, things like that. What do you think of that?
You know, when I think of real estate, Alastair, I've got a little batch down, which I take my wife and kids to down in Taupo. And
where was that?
What's that?
Where'd you go again? Where was it again?
Taupo.
Where's Taupo?
You know, Lake Taupo. You know, in the middle of the North Island, Lake Taupo.
Big bit of water.
Yeah.
Created out of a volcanic activity.
Taupo.
You've heard of Taupo.
That's one near Rotorua.
Yeah, well, it is. It's about an hour away. You know, places like Taupo and Taumaranui, those
Tokoroa.
Tokoroa.
Otago.
Tikwiti.
Whereabouts, sorry?
Otago. Otago.
Where's that? What? Where'd I go?
Otago.
Where's Otago?
Otago.
Otago?
Oh, yeah, down there, down Dunedin.
Right.
Yeah. I think we've pretty much covered everything we can in real estate for a couple of years. Thanks for watching the show. Fantastic to have you. Remember, put your watches back tonight. Daylight savings, of course, again. Comes around so fast nowadays. And see you later on.
The Lord Special was brought to you by Tampal Tampons, giving you the freedom to live life the way you want to live it. And don't forget to visit the Facebook page to get yourself a late-night big breakfast collectible photo or other amazing items, including Jason's egg cup, Jeremy's classic paint tin, and Lee's authentic Persian rug. Thank you for tuning in, New Zealand, and we'll see you next time.
It's going on tonight.
And thank you, New Zealand On Air.